if we haven't met before, my name is Shiv. Hello, if you're coming back then welcome. In today's video I'm showing you how to create this simple fox eye inspired makeup tutorial, which is massively trending at the moment. It's super easy to do, and I'll be showing you a few little techniques along the way just to kind of change up your makeup game a little bit, have a little bit of fun, try some new shapes, some techniques, just with very simple products. I haven't used anything like fancy or anything like out of this world. Anyone can do this. It's very easy. So if you'd like to see how I created this makeup look right here and all the products I use, then carry on watching. Before you do, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notification bell so you're alerted when I upload a new video. I really appreciate it, and let's just carry on into the video. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do is do the brows first. I am going to show it in this tutorial just because I'm using something slightly different. I'm going to be using the Morphe brow pencil. This is in the shade Hazelnut is what the shade is. I haven't actually used this before, but I've heard really good things about these brow pencils. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of define my brows. I have recently tinted them, so they do have kind of a nice colour to them, but I just want to define them a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by doing my brows in just feather-like strokes. I'm just brushing them upwards so they're easier to fill in. And then I'm going to go to the pencil side. I haven't really used this yet, so I'm just going to brush it on the back of my hand to get the pencil kind of going. Here we go. I'm just going to fill in the brow, just in hair-like strokes, nothing crazy at all. It's a really nice brow pencil. And then I'm just flipping the brush around to kind of brush through the brow. And now I'm just going to set my brows with the Morphe translucent brow gel. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is take a little bit of tape and just pop that on the outer edge of my eye, going upwards towards the tail of my brow, just so it's nice and lifted. So just like so, I have some tape on the outer edge of my eye. This is going to create that nice lifted appearance, and please just ignore the side of my finger. Fake tan, nail glue, disaster. It was a whole situation. Anyway, let's move on to the actual eyes. Now I'm going to take the BPerfect Perfect Prime eyeshadow priming base. I was going to use my Louise one, but I just wanted to use this to switch it up a little bit. So I'm going to pop some of this onto my eye and then just blend it out, and I'm also going to use this to carve out the brows. Okay, so I'm just going to pop some of that directly onto the lids. Now I'm just going to take this Louise synthetic brush from the Mirror brush collection and just use this to pat out the base, and then also to take the base right underneath the brows to carve them out. I actually scratched my eye the other day, so I'm hoping this works out. You can kind of see it on the lid there. I'll show you if you can't see it. And yeah, I don't know how I did that, but I think I've scratched the crease of my eye, so we'll see. This is actually the eye that I take the photos for Instagram with, so I'm hoping it doesn't show up too much. Next up, I am going to set the lid with a translucent powder. I'm using this one from 1 to 2. This is the Perfect Selfie HD Photo Finishing Powder, which is just a translucent powder. I'm just going to take it on a Sigma E25 blending brush. Any brush will do, to be honest. And I'm just going to use this to pack all across that lid. set. You don't need to set the base, but I just feel like I want an all matte kind of look. Literally just a light dusting of the powder. Now onto the main part of the eyes. I'm going to take the Sigma Warm Neutrals eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to take the shade Toasty, which is the very light brown matte shade in the palette, on a Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. You can get 10% off Sigma's website, by the way, with my code, which is shivonmakeupbiz, if you wanted to save yourself some money. They're such good brushes, and no, this is not an ad or anything, but I did receive these in PR. So I'm going to go ahead and just dip into the shade Toasty, and what I'm going to go ahead and do is just very lightly dust this through the crease, like very lightly, and just bring it all the way in. This is just going to add some subtle definition to start off the look. Now we're going to darken things up a little bit, so I'm going to take the shade Henna, which is kind of like a medium to a dark brown, and it's a bit more of a warmer tone. And I'm going to take this one right here on a Sigma E25 taper blending brush, the same one we used to pack on the translucent powder, just because there's nothing really left on the brush. I'm just going to dip my brush straight into the shadow, off the excess, and then I'm going to use the tape as a guide and just start kind of brushing this through that outer kind of wing section of the lid, just in very light strokes, and just build up the colour as I go, almost as if I'm doing like a winged liner but with smudgy eyeshadow. And I'm not going to take it all the way inwards. We are going to be extending the inner corner, but I don't want to put too much darkness on the inner corner. I want it to be quite open. Actually looks really cute already. I'm just popping on some more colour there. I am now going to go into the same shade. I was actually going to take the shade here, which is called After Hours, but now I look at it, it almost has like an olivey tone to it, so I don't really feel like it will suit the look. But if you want me to do another proper tutorial using this palette, like more of like a glam look, like using this beautiful shade here called Fool's Gold, then definitely let me know and I'll get around to that for you. But I'm going to take a Sigma E11 eyeliner brush, and I'm going to use this to extend my inner corner of my eye almost into a point, so as if we're going downwards, and then just bring it into the inner tear duct. And this brush is perfect for this because it's really tiny and precise. So I'm just going to go into the shade Henna to do this with. So I'm literally just going to follow my natural kind of shape, but pulling it downwards just like so, and then I'm just going to pull that back into the tear duct, just like that. And it just kind of elongates your eyes. I really like doing this. I used to do this actually quite a lot, even just with normal eyeliner. Like I would make sure I brought it right in. Like if you look at the difference between both eyes, it's just astonishing. Now I'm going to be putting on some lashes. I'm actually going to be using magnetic ones. These are from a brand called Mabel's Lashes. They are in the style Halo and they look like this. They're very lightweight, but I thought they would go perfectly with this look. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, because you pair them with the eyeliner, is just pop on a winged liner, just going quite above here, and that way I'm going to pop them on attached to the liner but just lifted slightly. So I'm going to go ahead, just peel off the tape and then pop on some mascara and the lashes. So I'm just going to put some mascara onto my lashes. I was like, oh, they look a bit strange. Then realised I haven't got mascara on, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Right, let's try that again, shall we? Okay, so I've got one lash on. So we are now kind of done-ish with the eyes. What I'm going to do just to finish them off is pop a white liner through the waterline. I feel like this is kind of optional for this type of makeup look. You could use a nude, or if you wanted to make it a bit smokier, I guess you could go in with like a brown liner or even a black. It's completely up to you. This is just my take on a fox eye makeup look. So I'm going to go in with Morphe's coconut liner and just pop that in the waterline. So moving on to the face now, I'm going to start off by taking the MUA Pro Base Primer Spray and just spritzing this all over the skin. I just really like primer sprays, they're really nice and refreshing. Kind of fan that in. And then for my main primer, I'm going to take the Revolution Pro Hydra Matte Primer and just massage this into the skin. Just taking 2 pumps of that. For foundation, I'm going to take the Wonder 2 Lasting Foundation. This is in the shade 20 Sand. And I'm going to bounce it into the skin using a Kush Blend Tear Blend sponge. I've just freshly washed this, look how lovely it looks. Just going to bounce this into the skin. Just kind of re-clipped my hair back. It was driving me a little bit crazy. I did a hair mask last night and I think I put too much of it in near the roots. It's gone a bit greasy. Oh well. So I'm going in with the Wonder 2 Lasting Foundation Concealer in the shade 20 Medium. I'm going to take this on a little brush from Eigshow and just pop it onto my chin, like under the eyes, just underneath the wing, just to kind of lift it a little bit more, and then in the middle of my forehead. I'm going to blend it out as much as possible with this brush, then I'll do the excess kind of blending with the sponge. I'm buffing that into the nostrils as well. I just feel like this kind of like brightens the face, weirdly. I don't really know why. I'm buffing that into the nostrils. I've got a bit of... And when it comes to the little bit under the wing, I'm almost going to pull downwards, so the heaviest amount of product is right underneath the wing. Next up, I am going to set this into place using the same Wonder 2 powder. I'm just going to take it on a big fluffy brush from Eigshow and just press this into the skin to set it into place. Okay, so while powdering, I dropped the powder on the floor and now it's broken. So can't use that again. Like, I mean, like really broke. Right, so I'm gonna bronze up the skin. I'm gonna take my Bronze Perfection multi-bronzing powder in the shade Golden Dunes from MUA. I've actually been really liking this lately. I'm gonna use this to bronze up the skin, nothing special, just kind of going across the cheeks, around the top of the forehead, temples, under the chin, a little bit across the nose. Everywhere that we don't put highlighting concealer, basically. I'm taking it on my Sigma, what is this called? F25 tapered face brush. This is my, probably the most loved brush. Those little marks actually are my old dog who's not here anymore, little bite marks. This brush is actually very special to me. Now moving on to blush, I have the Sigma Nymphea Aura Powder Face Powder, which is a really beautiful kind of pink. It's literally just a go-to pink, I would say. Very beautiful. And I'm going to take it on a Sigma Spotlight Duster brush, which is an F37. I've been really liking this recently for blush because I find that you don't put too much on with it, but I'm going to pop it on higher up the face this time. So probably just past the pupil and just on top of the cheekbone. And what this does is really lift up the face. Now I'm going to set the face using the MUA Pro Base Fixing Spray. and then just fan that dry. Finishing off the look with some lips, I'm going to take a pinky nude. This one is Barry M's Pose Lip Liner. Are you Pose? Yeah, Pose Lip Liner. I'm just going to use this to line my lips. I'm going to overline them just a teeny little bit. Okay, and then for my lipstick colour of choice, this is the Behold Liquid Lipstick from Sigma. So this is the finished makeup look using the Sigma Warm Neutrals palette to create this fox eye look. I actually really like it, and it kind of shows how different type of makeup shapes and everything like that can completely change the appearance of your eyes. I feel like my eyes look so much bigger, like wider, elongated and lifted. I didn't put mascara on the lower lashes just so I didn't want it to like weigh it down, but if you wanted to like kind of smoke it up, you definitely could put some shadow on the lower lash line, add bigger lashes if you wanted to. Makeup is definitely something where you can totally change up your look. But yeah, I really hope this tutorial was helpful in some way, shape or form, that you enjoyed watching. If you did, definitely give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you're alerted when I upload a new video. It really helps me out and I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for watching. I shall see you in my next video. Bye! Using some easy makeup technique